So I think now men are asking the question of why am I obligated to pay for everything if we go out and it wasn't even within my reason? It wasn't in my timeline. It wasn't in my plan to go out. Why do I have to do this? And they weren't giving a good reason. So they decided to, you know what? We're not going to play that game.
Just say no then.
Yeah, like if you don't want to pay,
like
you don't want to be with that girl anyway.
Bro, all your reasons to me, like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, ally.
I can have. No, hold up.
Don't fuck these two guys.
No. Like I said, I was old school, and it's just like, just because you don't like it, don't mean you got to be a douchebag. Yo, throw down that 60 and just walk away.
Yeah, I'm clapping because the reason why it doesn't make sense to you, Dennis, is because
I'm
you're
old.
a man. No, it's because you're a man. You're thinking logically. So it doesn't make any sense that a man would just not say no, right? But you're forgetting that people are put, men and women, but in this case, we're just talking about the men, so I know that's going to be the next move. Well, what about all the women? We'll get to that when we get to that. Right now, we're talking about the men. A lot of times, they are hoodwinked, bamboozled, and put into situations where the financial responsibility is put on them. You heard what I was telling Emily earlier, trap him into a pregnancy. I was saying that tongue-in-cheek. That's one example. And if you need examples on this dating level, I'll give you the one I gave the last time I was here. I'm on an elevator. Woman says, where you going? I'm going to lunch, Neo Mind Day. Oh, I love Mediterranean food. And decides to follow me to the restaurant. And when I place my order, she places her order. And they bring them both out at the same time. And they're looking at me to pay for everything. And she just hesitates and pauses and waits for me to do that. And I'm like, how dare you interrupt me like this?
Did you even know that woman?
I did.
But it's only hoodwinked if you got a simp mentality. If you got a different like me, if she does, I'm like, yo, you know what? I'll pay the 40. Fuck it. She thinks she got over $20. That's not a big deal.
You're part of the problem, Dennis.
I'm part of the problem?
Yeah, here's why. Because the simps get targeted like Emily was talking about last week, right? But the reason why the simps continue to get targeted by the average woman, and the average woman is not stupid and not abusive and not evil, but they know they can get away with it because good guys like you say, man, I got the money. I might as well just go ahead and pay. They're banking on somebody like that.
The situation that I was talking about last week, I wasn't talking about a dating relationship. I was talking about a transactional relationship that had been pre-established as this is transactional.
Still part of the problem because now that becomes people hear about that and they know they can get away with it because they're banking on it.
That's just a different thing.
Is there a blog that they talk about
this? Like, you're just hating from outside the club.
Now,
like,
you've been out of the game for a minute.
You're
Dennis,
mad that the club's there and you're not getting in. Like, no one's making you to go to the club. You're hating from outside the club.
I'm 53. And for some reason, I'm in this circle where I'm attracting younger women. Mm-hmm. And you know what's the biggest thing they say to me? The guys I date aren't like you. No shit. Because they're fighting over $20 and 3 chicken wings, bro.
It's because you're respectful, you look good, you care. Because I get the same
so Wafeeq
thing.
doesn't respect women.
He does. He does.
What do you got to say?
No. I could.
She's been working on that for a whole week.
You know what, though? You know what? We had this, and you did a lot of thinking about that. We got this saying I hate doing this. We got this saying in the Army, analysis causes paralysis. If you think about it too much, you're going to find everything wrong with it and not take the shot. Bro, just drop the 40, take the shot, grab her ass, and see what happens.
See, that's the problem, man. People are banking on somebody to do that. Eventually, somebody has to say why, because they said the same thing about every form of oppression. Every form of oppression. Every form of oppression. Somebody said
paying for chicken wings is oppression.
Yeah, because let me see, 300 years ago.
I don't even have to say anything.
75 years ago. Well, my grandparents. Well, I mean, segregation in Florence, South Carolina. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? That's just the way it is. Nobody stopped to ask why and then push back against that norm. Eventually, we got to push back against that norm, which we know is not right, and then that's when change comes.
So would you say that that's like, like that everybody that has been reacting online? By the way, I love because both weeks, Emily, I feel like you've just been shocked in different ways. You're like, did not expect. You're like, oh, you did not expect me to. That is to be like.
No, I'm not. No, so don't. I'm not defending.
Dennis is like, no, I am not an ally.
No. This is just. Okay, you got it. So I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up in the projects where the mentality was, we don't tip, we over tip. Mm-hmm. If you go out with you take care of the girls in your neighborhood. Yeah. If you go out for pizza, fuck it. Even if you ain't going, it's just a mindset. And I'm gonna tell you, this whole thing you got going, bro, it makes it. I'm getting ass handled with fists because of shit like that.
You do.
I gotta do is buy it.
I got you, and that's because you're a good man. And you know what? I have the ability to do the same thing if I want it. Right? I get a lot of offers from women for companionship, and especially from a lot of younger women too. I get older women to telling me, I want you to date my daughter. And then I get the younger women saying, I want to date you. So I'm in the middle right now where I can bang out the mother and the daughter if I wanted to.
I got plenty of stories like that. If you want to share.
Beautiful. Pound it out. There you go. But the goodness that you're speaking of is good, but I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. Because I know it's being abused, this is what I require. I simply ask the question of why to everybody that I'm dealing with, whether it's a woman, a man, a business partner, or whomever. I say, why do you want me to do this or that, right? I may not put it in those words and say, why do you want me to pay for this dinner, Emily? But I'm going to question your character and your philosophy.
So how do you show a woman that you appreciate her?
This is what I do. First of all, understand this. Every woman is a
So once
that
again,
was a pause.
I think my Uber's outside.
Here we go. Check this out. Here's a comma.
Please.
Here's a comma, right? Every woman is a until she proves otherwise.
Nah,
so that's the mentality I'm taking.
Nah, son.
But should women be skeptical of men like that?
Nah.
And let me tell you why I do that. Because I've been abused before. So because
what's your version of abuse? He had to pay for some chicken wings. I was abused.
Nah, it's not abuse.
By the way,
abuse is bullying. Abuse is, like I told you, the gangster girls, they stomped my man out right in front of me, and they tried to do me the same way. Because I came from a rough environment, right? So abuse is it's never been physical from a woman, of course, but the abuse was psychological. It was verbal. It was everything. And then my man Mario Washington told me in 2001, every girl is until she proves otherwise. And I said, what about your girlfriend, whom he's now married to, been together for 17 years? He said, she proved otherwise. And I said, wow, what do you mean by this philosophy? And he said, yo, that's a protection for you to make sure you don't go giving somebody all types of credit that they haven't earned. So that way you don't get punked out and abused and you don't get played out and used. All I'm doing is asking why.
What do you think,
Dennis? As soon as you show why, I'm all in.
So, wait, I think that's my mother calling. so it's definitely generational. Well, so if you ever watch Goodfellas or Bronx Tale?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So Goodfellas especially. Mm-hmm. When Henry Hill takes out this girl for the first time, he knew he didn't fuck her. He was set up on a double date with her. He knew he didn't like her, and he dropped the bill and walked the fuck away, never expecting to see her again. Why? Because that's the character, bro. That's how it was in the neighborhood. That was the thing. It wasn't now apparently guys think if I look out for a girl, I'm a sucker. You know what? And girls are bitches. Guys make girls bitches. That's the truth.
I don't know. I think maybe the women. I don't know about that. I think their friends do. I think their friends make.
I ain't never met a girl right off the bat.
Oh my gosh! Shout out Dennis, feminist icon.
See, right now the only difference between you and me, Dennis, is this. Right now, everything you're saying, I'm exactly like you. Once a person has proved to me that they're worthy of that, right? I'm all in. You to me sound like, well, you just dropped the money because you just dropped the money. So you go along with it because that's just the way it is.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's not only women. I've dropped money for a lot of times. If we go out, no expectations. We order beer, we order appetizers. I'm gonna pay. It's not a big deal. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't have that luxury because I know somebody out there is looking to snake me, and I gotta stay guarded.
You've been burned.
Absolutely. And the reason why you're in the game and people love you is because they know there's a lot of good dudes out there like you that can offset somebody like me. That's why they want to play it.